Good morning, everybody. My name is Jeffrey Jansen. I am coming to you live today from Illinois. This is a Motivational Friday video. I hope everybody's having a great day today. So, what does a Motivational Friday mean? It means that today you get to start fresh, you get to start new, you got up in the morning, you got your teeth brushed, you got some breakfast in your system, you put on some clean clothes, you made sure to get a shower, brush your teeth, and you got out the door to start your new day. Now, what else did you do? Now, the first thing you probably should have done this morning is it's about small victories. The first thing you should have done is made your bed this morning. Why? That way when you go to sleep tonight, your bed's made, and you feel like you've accomplished something. So many people in life, they go after these really big goals that they lose focus and they lose track of the smaller goals or their main opportunities that are in the corner of their eye. So what we need to do every single day is we set small goals for ourselves leading up to the bigger goal. So it's things like brushing your teeth, things like making your bed, getting your kids to school, things like making sure that your day is all planned out. These are very productive things to do to get you ready and prepared for the overall dream that you're trying to get to. Now, I watched something the other day and it made a lot of sense. There are so many people out there that they get this excitement, okay, such as like a New Year's resolution. We'll go with that. And they get so excited with this New Year's resolution, the excitement builds, and they're going to do everything on New Year's Day, and they're going to start fresh, they're going to start new, and by the second week into New Year's Day, into the new year, they've already stopped. Why? Because the enthusiasm's gone. The people watching them are gone. They do not hold themselves accountable for what is going on. One of the biggest things in life is you have to hold yourself accountable for the actions and those things that you do, including all the positive and the goal setting, the dream building, stuff like that. A lot of people think that when people are dream building, that means wealth, or that means they're trying to go up. No, a lot of times, sometimes it's the simplest things in the world. Make sure I have enough food on the table for my kids. Make sure that I've got a roof over my head. Make sure I have clothes on my back. Those things can be certain people's dreams. There was a college professor once said, I wish everybody at some point in time could be rich. And the reason why is because that's what so many people wish they could be. What they don't know is rich people have just as many struggles. They have just as many problems. See, it's not the idea of possessions or having something. Because you can have something, but it means nothing. Once you get that something, it has no substance to it. That's why I always tell everybody, do you want to earn something or do you want something given to you? Now, when you go out today and you start today, you need to go out and earn every minute of your life. All right? Meaning you're alive today. There's one fact in life. We're all going to die. Simple as that. Can't get around it. We are going to die. It's how we live our lives is what makes us matter. Okay, so we could be living in sorrow and already put ourselves under the ground, or we could be going out there every day knowing that every day that we're alive, we open our eyes, it's a brand new day. It's another chance, another opportunity to set things right, to make things go our way, to basically get the job we always wanted, to get those perfect resumes, to go out there and find that perfect woman or perfect guy that we find that fulfills us. Every day is a new opportunity. Now, I was saddened the other day when I found out that an acquaintance of mine had committed suicide. And it just seems like every single year, several times a month, somebody I know is taking their life because they don't think they matter. Well, here's just it. Not only do they matter, but each and every one of you matters. That's why I do these small goals. I don't care what a person's color of skin is. I don't care about their race, their sexuality. I don't care about their religion. All I care about is making sure the people understand that they matter, they're important, and there are little things they can do in life so they can overcome that negativity that for some reason creeps into their mind. See, just like enthusiasm, When people get depressed and negative, that's only for a short period of time. You have to understand that too will pass. Just like extreme excitement passes. Sometimes most of us are walking around like zombies. You know, we don't have an up, we don't have a down, we don't have a right, we don't have a left. A lot of people say, well, my glass is half full. Others say my glass is half empty. You know what I say? You got water to drink. And as long as you got water to drink, there are people out there that are dying every day of dehydration. There's people dying of starvation. So, you know, you can sit there and wish for things to be better, but you got to understand, somebody always has it worse off than you do. Other countries have it worse off than you do. You know, none of us are at the bottom of the totem pole, you know, compared to others in our lives. We just have to know that it's the small victories in our life that are going to lead up to the big victories. If I shot for the President of the United States every single day that I go out there, I don't look at senator, congressman, I don't look at a business owner, I just look at, I'm going to be president today. Well, in the corner of your eye, as you're doing everything to be president, you may miss your real opportunity. You should always have goals. You should always have dreams. However, you also have to be smart. You have to be aware of your surroundings and your situation. You want to go after those things that are obtainable, all right? If you think that becoming president is obtainable, then go for it. But you know what? Your main calling may not be president. It may be something completely different. You may just been convinced that that's what you want to do. There's so many people, they want that perfect job just to learn that they're working for somebody else, making somebody else's future, making somebody else's dreams, and then they get trapped to where they don't know how to get out anymore. And then they just pretty much walk around life like they're a zombie because, well, it's a paycheck. They don't try to get a bigger paycheck. They don't try to get a better job. They just walk around with their head down, their backs out, their shoulders slumped over, and it's just like they've been defeated. Now, why am I saying all this? Because what you and everybody else needs to know is you're not defeated. You need to go out there and every day, small victories. If you want to get a pay raise, you need to go after that pay raise. If you want to get a better job, you need to go after that better job. You want to get that education, you need to go study. There is no such thing in life as free. Now, your freedoms may be free, but how those freedoms came about were anything but free. Okay? Now, every day you have an opportunity because of those that come before you. You have to earn your freedom. That means you have to go out there every day, work hard. Now, sometimes to work hard, it means use your head, not your muscles. Use your brain power. Okay? Sometimes you even need to use your willpower. So if you go out there and bust your hump every single day, make sure that you're doing it in a way that's reaching your goals and accomplishing that which you want to achieve. Because guess what? If you're not going out there earning it, somebody else is going to take it from you. You got to ask yourself, why do you want somebody else to take something that you want to work hard for? If you're working hard for something, you're going to protect it. You know, think about us with our kids. The reason why we're so protective of our kids is we're around them all the time. We love them all the time. We care about them. You know, we make sure they have a good future. So when they start making choices, it doesn't matter if you're a big, little adult or whatever, you want to make sure to have a say, even when they're adults and they don't want you to have a say, because you're always looking out for their best interest. If somebody comes and gives you $100 compared to you earning $100 doing manual labor, the $100 that was given to you, you're probably just going to go blow. Believe it or not, you're probably going to go spend it on something else you don't need. Oh, I got $100, thank you very much. And whatever you get is going to be worthless. It's going to be meaningless. Now, you take that $100 that you just worked for day after day, hour after hour, you're going to invest it. You're going to be very cautious with it. You're not going to go blow it on beer money. You're not going to go blow it on toys. You're going to basically put it towards something useful, something that means something to you. You have to earn everything you do in life. Now, if you want to travel, you have to earn it. If you want to get a better job, you got to earn it. Earning it does not mean it's going to be handed to you. You cannot just sit around thinking I'm going to win the lottery. And that's kind of a funny one. Because all these people that play the lottery week after week, I got a buddy, it's not a joke. He spends $20 plus every week for the last 50 years on lottery tickets. And then on Saturdays, for the pick 10 or whatever it is, draw 10, he spends $10. So altogether, he spends about $30, sometimes $40 in lottery tickets every day, okay, for the last 50 years. Then on top of that, he goes out and he likes cigars. So he buys a certain type of cigar. Anyway, he spends about $20 a week in cigars, but he's always broke. So you gotta ask yourself, take that, so technically he's spending around $60 a week for the last 50 years. Alright? Now you do the math on that, okay? You gotta ask yourself, what's 60 times 50? Right? Technically, if he would have not spent any of that, he would have made more than what the lottery would have paid him out, and he wouldn't have had to pay any on top of that, he wouldn't have to pay taxes on it. So you gotta ask yourself, is what you're doing really worthwhile? Is what you're doing meaningful? I was gonna do a quick math real quick for you so I can tell you how much that is, but my calculator's not working. So we're gonna say 60. There are 52 weeks in a month, or a year, 52 times 50. That's over $156,000 he would have had if he just would not have played the lottery and smoked cigars. But nobody looks at it like that. They don't look at it through a common sense point of view. They look at it as in, I need to do this now. I need to do it now. Otherwise, oh my gosh, I got to do it now. I'm going to win the lottery now. Today's my lucky day. They go to Las Vegas. The house always wins in Vegas. So you got to ask yourself, is it worth it? You got to set small goals for yourself. You have to plan accordingly. And you have to pick your head up, get your head out of your butt, and you got to push forward. Every day you have to know that you matter. And every day you got to quit looking at like, man, I wish I was rich. Great. What happens when you're rich? Man, I wish I didn't have problems. Great. What happens when you don't have the problems? Man, I wish I didn't have drama. You're still going to do it. There was a series on Facebook I saw. The guy was explaining Air Jordans. All right, your whole life you want these Air Jordans. You need these Air Jordans. Everything's about these Air Jordans. So you go out and you get the Air Jordans. Problem is, once you got the Air Jordans, now what? Your problems never went away. They're all still there. Sure, you got the Air Jordans, but now the excitement's gone. Now that you got them, you could care less. It's that excitement. So instead of looking at material objects, you need to get excited about things that can benefit you and your family. You need to get excited that if I get a pay raise, then I'll have money coming in constantly. If I go out there and I do work for children and I volunteer, I'm going to feel good on the inside. If I go out to my church and help out with my church, I'm going to feel good on the inside knowing that I did good. Knowing that I did it for a cause. All right? If you go and read to the elderly, go to the nursing homes, go to your neighbor's house and say hi, that's better than getting a pair of Air Jordans. Why? Because you're doing something productive with your time and yourself. Now, next thing. We always say we don't have enough time in the day. All these people that don't sit down and talk to the salespeople, they don't sit down and look for another job. Oh, I just don't have enough time. Maybe tomorrow. I don't have enough time. Maybe tomorrow. If you don't have the time now, you never will have the time, because you'll always have an excuse why you can't empower yourself. You're always going to find an excuse why you can't do it today. You're always going to have if you have an excuse today, you're always going to have an excuse. And the reason why I say that is it doesn't matter. You're making the same amount of money, working the same amount of hours, doing the same thing day after day, and you're not getting ahead. Why? Because you think you're stuck. Well, whenever you say, well, I'll put it off till tomorrow, it'll never get done. Kind of like when I tell people to go out and let your friends and family know they matter. Go out and talk to people. Go out and shake hands. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll call mom tomorrow. I'll call my sister tomorrow. Oh, well, yeah, I'll call them next week. Next week ends up being years later. Next thing you know, they're dead and gone. Next thing you know, those things that you put off till tomorrow doesn't exist anymore. And now all of a sudden you're like, man, I wish I would have done that sooner. Or man, they were right. Man, I wish I would have sat down and talked with them. A friend of mine, a few friends of mine, this isn't the one that just committed suicide, a while back, one of my good friends, Dave. I worked with him many, many times. He helped me with a lot of stuff I do. I was out in the clubs one night, taking some people around because we had an event coming up. I'm a non-drinker. Doesn't mean I don't drink, I just don't drink. And Dave, he was there, he was depressed, but the last time I saw him and his wife had a great relationship, and this was about 2 years ago. And I was talking to him, and he just looked like life just struck him down. It turned out that he got cheated on, and he quit his job because he let his personal problems interfere with his professional job, and he was taking it out with the booze. He was drinking. Now, he had a kid, and he had everything to live for, but he couldn't see it. And I was gonna go and talk to him, and I like to call him every once in a while. I see him at the gas station and stuff like that. We used to hang out all the time. Then I saw him less and less, and then the last time I saw him in a club. And what he told me, and I told him, hey, gotta get your head up, man. You're okay. You're doing good. But I didn't want to talk to him too much because he was drinking heavy. And I have a tendency of staying clear of people that are drinking too heavy just because I stay away from negative and drama. But I told him to get a hold of me. He never got a hold of me. And a few months later, I found out that he hung himself. And I kept asking myself, should I have talked to him more that night? But there was nothing I could do about it. He made his own fate. He chose that direction that he was on. He chose to do that. And by doing that, he took the easy way out. But what's funny is he's never going to get to watch his kid grow up. He's never going to be able to see his grandchildren. He's not going to see all these wonderful things he missed because one time he got depressed. He didn't set goals for himself. He lost all hope, and he wasn't listening to anybody. And he was hanging around negative people that were convincing him that he was the problem. So when I go on these things, my whole thing is, I really do mean each and every one of you matter. When I tell you got to get around new people, get around people that are positive, we sometimes do not see that the people we're hanging around are pulling us down. It goes back to small victories. Every day you got to set goals for yourself. You got to quit smoking. You got to quit drinking. You don't have to do it all together. You don't even have to stop. You just have to do it in moderation. Because after a while, you're letting other people control you. You're letting your bosses control you. You're letting the booze control you. You're letting the drugs control you. You gotta have small victories. Set goals for yourself. Be better today than who you were yesterday. Get your butt off the couch and get out there and do something. You have to know that without you, there are people counting on you. There are people that are looking up to you thinking that you're the strongest person in the world. Now, the acquaintance I knew the other day, just an outpouring of emotion from all these people, and he had no clue. He thought nobody cared about him. But every single one of those people would have been there for him if he would have called. But he didn't know that, and here's just it. None of us called him, though, either. None of us questioned whether or not if he was okay. We just assumed. And assumptions, sometimes we'll never be able to assume with him again. Every day is a new battle. Every day is a blessing. Every day is a new opportunity. If you're going in your life debating suicide or contemplating arguing with your wife or your husband or your girlfriend or boyfriend, if you're picking fights, you need to stop and ask yourself this. Is what you're saying beneficial to yourself? Is what you're saying, praising somebody else? Is what you're saying doing good by anybody? Is it doing you any good? Is what you're saying going to hurt somebody in some way, shape, or form? These are questions you need to ask yourself before you take that rumor, before you take that gossip, before you take that drama, and you push it off. Then you got to ask yourself, is this information I have true and correct? Or is it just me passing along something? Is this something that can be verified, or is it just scuttlebutt? Is it just talk? It's probably not. And if not, you need to drop it when it gets to you and just kill it. Because you don't know who you're hurting. You don't know who's going through a hard time. You don't know who is having a bad day, a bad life, who's having a bad situation. Because the strongest ones are the ones that are hurting the most. So, going back to who you are and why you matter. Every day you need to go out there and push harder. Go out there, you know, and do things that you enjoy, that you love. Sure, you might have to do it as a part-time gig, but you know what? Do it because you love to do it. Don't do it because you have to. Do it to find new ways of making money, new ways of finding new types of friends. You know, get out of the bar scene, get out of the club scene. You know, go out and enjoy life. You know, go ride a couple of roller coasters. Do something in life that scares you. There used to be a song. It's not really a song. It's called the Sunscreen Song. If you look it up on YouTube and look up the Sunscreen Song, listen to it. It's really funny because it, you know, it just basically tells you how to live your life. It tells you, you know, go out and dance the funky chicken. Who cares what people think of you? There are 366 million people in the United States. There's between 4 and 6 billion people in the entire world. Do you think it matters what 20, 30, 100, 1,000 people think of you? No. Everybody's got their critics. Everybody's trying to, you know, pull everybody else down. So go out there and enjoy life, and who cares what people think about you? Who cares what they say? Who cares if they're negative? You can always choose new people. You can get out. For all those people that think they're trapped, you're not. Get your butt out and do motivated. Yes, you are. Now go out there. Have a great Friday. Go out there, make a difference. Get your butt out of bed, and let's make today matter. It's not about race, religion, creed, sex, culture, or anything else. It's about being the best you can be. If somebody tells you to go out and do something negative, or go out and do something that's going to hurt somebody else, get a new friend. Go out there because you know what? You're beautiful. You matter. You're important. I love you. I care about you. I'm here for you. If you ever need something, call me. If you want a friend, I'm your friend. And there's millions of other ones out there. You matter. To talk to you because you are great, and I love talking to each and every one of you. My name is Jeffrey Jansen. If you need a friend, I'm here for you. If you need somebody that's got 2 ears, I'll listen. If you just need somebody just to understand, I understand. You need somebody to pray for you, I'll pray for you. But most of all, I want you to know that not only do you matter, but you make a difference in the people's lives around you and your own life. I'm Jeffrey Jansen. You have a great Friday. And remember, today's the first day of the rest of your life. Today's the day you're going to go out there, and guess what? It's like working out. You may start it today and not see something for the next couple weeks, but do it for a couple months and then a couple years, and you will see results. The hardest, you know, if it was easy, we'd all do it. If you want to see results, you got to be consistent. I'm Jeffrey Jansen. I look forward to talking to each and every one of you later. Have a good one, everybody.